So here we're now looking at the Canaanite. The Canaanites were wonderful merchants. In fact, in the Tanakh, in the Hebrew Bible, the word Canaanite can mean someone who's from Canaan or from a Canaanite tribe, or it could also mean someone who's a merchant. And here you can see what their merchant ships looked like. It's drawing, of course, a modern drawing. And here were anchors that held their ships. We found these in archaeological sites. These are real anchors. And then you see ingots. And ingots are really interesting because we hear about Abraham buying the cave of the patriarchs for 400 shekels of silver. And it talks about the silver of the merchant. These weren't coins. These were ingots of silver. Probably not as big as that. But they would take the ingots and they would weigh them on a scale. And when you got 400 shekels, that was a weight of silver, that was the 400 shekels, not 400 coins of silver. And we find millions of these pots. And I remember studying archaeology in the 90s for my bachelor's degree and wondering, why is the bottom of the pot not flat? That seems so inconvenient, right? You put the jar down and it falls over. And the reason is they kept them in the hull of the ship. And in the hull of the ship, in the hold, you don't want it to be flat because you want to maximize the number that you can put in, and the sides of the ship aren't flat. They're angled like that, and so it was more efficient. And so you'd have to dig a hole. Once you got that into your house, you would dig a hole in the ground and stick it in the hole. But it was designed for the ships. Now here you have pottery found in Israel, and these are very typical types of pots that you would find in Cyprus and the Aegean. And you find these all over Israel. And it shows that the amount of trade that was going on. I mean, the Canaanites, they were amazing merchants. They were such great merchants, they established merchant colonies all the way in the Western Mediterranean. One of the most famous cities in the Western Mediterranean is Marseille, which was founded by the Canaanites. Another ancient city that was founded by the Canaanites was Carthage. Carthage was actually originally known as New Tyre. Tyre, or Sol, is a city on the coast of Lebanon to this day, but it was a major player in the Canaanite merchant field. We today refer to them as the Phoenicians, but that's the Greek name. Phoenicia means land of purple. They didn't call themselves Phoenicians; they called themselves Canaanites, and that's why you go to look at Carthaginian history, and you see that names of Carthage sound very much like Hebrew names, right? You have Hannibal. Hannibal is Hannibal, the beloved of Baal, same as the name is Hananiah, but just honoring Baal. And you'll read these Carthaginian inscriptions and you'll see the word Melech and Baal, and all these Hebrew words are not actually Hebrew, they're Canaanite, which is very similar to Hebrew. But they did merchant activities all over the Mediterranean. And this is a really cool thing. This is a blue ingot, which is turquoise. And it was used to put on the eyes of women when they would, make themselves up. And the Hebrew word that appears in the Tanakh, it's in the book of Ezekiel, the word kahol, it's a verb, and it means to put stuff on your eyes. We have a word in English, kohol, K-O-H-L, and that actually also refers to a sort of eyeshadow, but originally it referred to this blue eyeshadow, which was extracted from turquoise mines. I've actually heard this explanation that Tekhelet, the word for tzitzi, isn't just blue, but it's a specific shade of blue or a specific type of blue made from a specific material. That's not correct, because part of the argument is, well, kahol means blue and Tekhelet is made from a specific material. That's not right. Kahol in the Tanakh is a verb, and it means specifically turquoise, which is more like a bluish green. So I'm not sure that's actually turquoise, but it's some kind of blue ingot that was used for decoration. Turquoise was extracted from mines in Sinai, and that's where they found some of the earliest Hebrew-like writing, which is called Proto-Semitic in the turquoise mines, where Semitic slaves for sure, possibly even Hebrew slaves, were working in this mine. Okay, so now this is something that's new at the museum, and we're told here that it is a decorated jug for a place called Yehud. Yehud is near the airport, near Ben Gurion Airport, 18th to 16th century BCE, and they call it the thinker from Yehud. I think he might be on the toilet. I don't know, I'm just saying.